You're taking a live look at the Consumers Energy outage map, showing a bit of a different picture than you may have seen in yesterday's show. Right now, more than 25,000 customers are going through an outage, with that number being down from more than 70,000 during yesterday's storm. We're joined now live by Tracy Wimmer with Consumers Energy over Zoom to tell us how crews are making out this morning to get people's power back on. Good morning, Tracy. Thanks so much for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about how it's looking. I mean, we went from 70,000 to now about 25,000. So clearly they're making some headway out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the biggest things is we have been watching this storm. Obviously, there was another storm system earlier this week. And as soon as we knew how severe this storm was going to be, we just made the decision to keep crews on the schedule, to get things organized, get supplies in place. And that really aided us a lot. We had more than 400 crews on the system prepared to be deployed in the places that were necessary for outages. And we actually just brought in another 90 crews from Canada this morning. And so that's really going to accelerate our efforts throughout the day to day. And, obviously our goal is to get the power back on for everyone as quickly and as safely as possible. But we do have an eye on the temperatures dropping, and that's also of critical concern for us as well. So our big priority today is going to be getting as many people on, like I said, as quickly and as safely as possible.
Among those dropping temperatures, obviously that poses a danger for crews. What other things cause potential issues as they are out there trying to turn that power back on? I know yesterday we had maybe heard that the wind was an issue as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Once winds hit about 35 miles an hour, it gets very unsafe for them to be up in bucket trucks. And obviously they can be doing other work to do restoration on the ground. But when you have issues where lines were taken down by tree limbs that fell because of earlier winds or because of heavy wet snow, like we saw over the last couple days, that can impede some of the process. And so, of course, we keep an eye on the winds, and especially in places where we expect that there's going to be high winds, that might slow down the restoration efforts. But at this point, it's the forecast for where the winds are is not necessarily where we're still experiencing, customers are still experiencing outages. And so we're going to continue to keep an eye on things, but also, feel confident that we're going to be able to have a lot of crews out getting that work done today.
You mentioned over 400 and then now bringing in, I guess, nearly 500 with those crews from Canada. What goes into arranging, that help, and how far in advance do you guys have to prepare for something like that to have them on standby?
Yeah, so a lot of it depends on the amount of time that we have to prepare for a storm. Obviously, we knew this one was coming, but we didn't expect it, I think, to require. I shouldn't say we didn't expect it, because we did. We were prepared for it. But the conversations that we have, a lot of it depends on what we need in the moment and where we can get other assistance from. Obviously, the storm system was a big one that moved throughout the entire country. And we did have a lot of crews on the system from 9 states already. So it was really just about getting that last little bit of help. And a lot of times the conversation happens before a storm comes in and just says, hey, if we need you, are you going to be available? Can you send in this many crews? So that conversation had already happened, and it was just a matter of saying, yes, we'd like to bring them on. Let's do that.
All right. Well, Tracy, thanks so much for joining us this morning and for all of the information. We so appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.